Want to know the latest and hottest music hitting the airwaves? Don't be left out. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. It keeps you on the loop with everything you need to know from pop, rock, hip-hop, and the top 40. And we'll throw in news of your favorite artists, concert and tour dates, and so much more. Listen no further, because this is the gold standard in music podcast.
Yo, how is everyone doing today? I hope that you started off your morning, or you're going to bed with either some tea or maybe a smoothie, just something healthy, all right? So grab one of those refreshments, and thank you for tuning into the GSMC Music Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Alex Rivera, and what have you all been up to today? Have you been into stocks? Have you just gone outside, maybe went for a jog, keeping up that healthy routine because, your body is a temple and we got to keep that up to date. So guys, for today's segment topic, we are going to be talking about overrated artists. There's so many out there, and I know it's all subjective by opinion, but, we got to go through this. We gotta, announce the big elephant in the room. Sometimes there's artists out there that are pretty overrated, but they still make good music. I'm just saying. So guys, we're gonna go through that and stick around to the end, guys, because I'm gonna be giving my opinion on what my top 10 or top 15 or top overrated artist. All right, because I have my own little list. I think everyone has their own little list, but I'm gonna give you mine personally. Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna jump right in on this first segment. So we're just going to be talking about the generalized topic of overrated artists. So we're just going to go through like a nice general top 10. And we're going to be discussing it from a trustful source known as the top 10s. So guys, it says right here, what are their most overrated music artists? And this is all time. It's not considering genre specific. It's just all time. It could be ranging from rock, it could be, indie, rap, EDM, lo-fi, all that jazz, okay? And what I'll be reading here, guys, from these articles is these are anonymous people, so we don't want to, give out names, give it a little privacy, and so on. So yeah, guys, first up on the list is the Beatles. Now, little description of the Beatles. The Beatles were an English rock band formed in Liverpool in 1960. I did not even know that. Wow. The members consisted of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. They were soon known as the foremost and most influential act of rock era. So you guys, a little anonymous right here says, everyone that says the Beatles are overrated needs to check their facts. Because if you don't like them, you cannot deny they are obviously the most influential band of all time. For example, the Beatles were the first band to have the drummer raised above the rest of the band at a concert, print lyrics on their album sleeves. They also created the devil horns hand gesture. They created the stadium concert. They brought Eastern music to the West and incorporated Indian music into their music. They've invented the music video, just to name some of the things they have started and were the first to do. The Beatles also had an insanely large amount of fans. Hundreds of thousands of teenage girls all around the world went nuts for the Beatles, and there had never been any other band that had gotten a reaction like that. Beatles concerts were even said to smell of urine because the fans would get so excited they would literally be pissing themselves. Ew, that's nasty. So I mean, with all the things that they have done, personally, I'm not a huge Beatles fan. I'm not going to deny that they made great music. They made absolutely the best music, okay, of their time, of their era. So, with saying that, I mean, there's no goes to show that the Beatles had an amazing, influential time. You know, they I mean, it says it right there. You got Indian music into their music. I didn't even know that. Like, what? And they invented the music video? That's insane. I didn't, like, wow. But considering all these times, you can see why people would call them overrated, because of them doing so much, of them everywhere. Like, even till this time, it's 2021. People obviously still listen to the Beatles. There's going to be an audience for that still. And so people would say, you know, that is so overrated. Wow, it's been back since in the 1960s. Okay, we're in 2021. Can we, like, move on? Well, you know, some people just don't. You know, it's okay. If they want to listen to the same music, why not? All right? Let them be, guys. Let them be. Another anonymous, oh man, we got another anonymous one that said, crappy band. Queen is better than them. Without Elvis, they are nothing. They only can sing one genre. Boring, not so talented, and don't have something unique. Oh man, that is a stab in the heart, man. Ooh, that you're going up against some big sharks. Whoever that commented that, man. Ooh, good luck to them. So, guys, that was number 1 for the Beatles. Number 2 is Led Zeppelin. Okay, a little background. Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin was an English rock band formed in London in 1968. The group consisted of Robert Plant, the vocalist, Jimmy Page, the guitar, John Paul Jones, which was bass and keyboard, and John Bonham, which was drums. The band's heavy guitar-driven sound, rooted in blues and psychedelia on their early albums, has earned them their recognition. So, without further ado, we got some anonymous comments here. So it says, actually, Led Zeppelin stole a minority of their songs. Their best ones are either falsely accused of being copied or their own works. Stairway to Heaven and Heartbreaker come to mind. The band was a great band, and it's not overrated because it had such a monumental impact on music now. There's another one. Here we go. Led Zeppelin is a very bad band, always plagiarizing and no originality, and people like this excuse of a band. Another one says, extremely overrated and overplayed. Only some songs are good, but most of them suck. Whew, some people, man, they don't care. They don't care. I mean, my Led Zeppelin is cool. I listened to a few of their songs. I think I even played some of their songs on like Guitar Hero or something like that back in the day. But I don't think like they plagiarize. Okay, so when people say like no originality, right? I feel like as a music producer, we run into blocks, writer's block occasionally. And, you gotta listen to music to be inspired. So they probably listen to a lot of music, and there's only, when it comes to like chord progressions, hearing the same thing over, there's only so many chord progressions which eventually make the same type of rhythm and groove in certain songs, but yet there's differences. Like the melody makes it different, the drum beat makes it different, one shots make it different, all the effects. So there's a lot of variables that come into place when you're stating a fact that says they're plagiarizing all the time, and no originality. I think they had pretty good originality. I mean, even if they didn't, okay, let's say they didn't, they improved. They improved the sound. They improved the sound of, whatever inspirations they had back. I don't know, whatever music they listened to. But, it's like sampling nowadays. Like in hip-hop. Like, everyone samples. Like, not everyone samples. But, like, that's becoming a thing. And there's nothing wrong with sampling as long as, like, it's done accordingly. You're not taking the whole a minute long sample. That's technically like kind of like stealing the sound of a song. But that people, like, for example, the first sample that comes to my mind is a sample that was used in Bryson Tiller Exchange and Deja Vu from J. Cole. They are both literally the same sample. They almost sound exactly the same, but there was false allegations considering that the producer of Exchange was stealing them from Deja Vu, and it wasn't that the case. Like, there's an actual genius, this genius YouTube video that says, like, the producer goes by and stating like, no, like he made it from scratch. He had no intentions of stealing it. He actually, when he didn't even know Deja Vu had it. He was like, oh, well, there you go. So, but it still came out as a beautiful song. So with this, when saying that Led Zeppelin's not original and whatnot, it's okay. They made music better. They and being original, they had their own sound. What are you talking about? That's just nuts. So guys, that was number 2. Number 3 is the one and only Beyonce. Okay, Beyonce. Everyone knows Beyonce. We don't even have to go through her. All right. Oh my God. Yikes. There is a tough comment right there. Oh my God. We got 2 tough comments. Jeez. All right. So it says here, first anonymous comment says, she is the worst. Wow. Plain as day. She is the worst. Apart from her toxic fans who are the ideological slaves of the current dominant ideology and mediatic sphere, no one thinks that she's better or even near the consideration she has. Beyonce is definitely overrated. She's an opportunist who benefits from all the awarding institutions who are politicized nowadays and use black and feminist empowerment to stay relevant and surrounds with conformist, napage, empty, and flavorless creations, which she does not even produce herself. By appearances in social movements which claim to be transgressors, but which are supported and sponsored by all the brands promoting aggressive capitalism around the world. Beyonce is nothing less than a commercial product, a money-making machine, and a lab rat doped by exposure that makes her a public figure in line with the image the industry wants to portray of her, to influence generations of uneducated and flexible black feminine fans, according to the fashions and trends. Oh my God, man, they're going hard on Beyonce. That these same institutions create to promote their garbage fast food art consumable until lubricated. She's a thief and a crook. She's one of the worst things that happened to black popular music. Now hold up. I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay. Beyonce, it's not. Oh man. Because Beyonce, man, she's awesome. Like, how can you say that? I could see she does surround herself by a lot of the feminist movement and feminist black empowerment, and that's I can see like most of her songs are like staying relevant that way. But I don't believe she's using the movement. I think she's like, if the movement's going on and she supports it, why not make music around it if she believes in it? It doesn't make any sense. Why not? And I mean, honey, the girl's got to make her money, If she wants to be in commercials and all that, let her be in commercials. The artists are always having photo shoots and whatnot. Just let them be, So disputing all this about Beyonce, there are some things that could raise some, eyebrows, but I mean, she really has promoted woman empowerment a lot. She has. And I don't believe it's the toxic kind. I think she's really set herself a foundation and has risen above the hierarchy and said to women, you don't have to be the regular housewife you want. You don't have to be this, be this. You could be whatever independent woman you want to. And that's great, So with saying all this about Beyonce, I don't know. It's a little too harsh, I think. I don't want to say too harsh, man. No filter. All right, there's no filters on these. All right. People have their opinion. People want to say this. And there's actually someone that says that anonymous comment says, admittedly, she is a good singer, but I've never felt she was talented as her goddess praises fans proclaim. In my opinion, she's not even one of the most talented of her generation. Okay, is there even a good comment? I thought that was a good one, but then it ended up being not. So that's it, guys. That's number 3 for Beyonce. Number 4, guys, is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, man. We all know who Taylor Swift is. She was an American singer-songwriter. She started her career in country music, and I believe how she really got started was her dad owns a record company, I believe. Now, don't quote me on that, but I mean, she kind of that's some pretty big help, you know. So, anyways, let's see what we have here. All right, so let me explain to you. This is from an anonymous comment. Let me explain to you why she's overrated. This is my opinion. If you disagree, that's fine. 1, her singing is not that good. Why do I say that? Well, it's because of 2 reasons. The first reason is because her vocal style is very predictable. This mostly applies to her country songs, but some of her pop songs are like this too. She would start off at around mid-level, then after each verse, her vocals would get higher. She tries to anyway, and dang, that's a shot. And a lot of her songs are like this. I wouldn't mind this if the songs were good, but they aren't. The second reason is her vocal range. She only has 2 octaves, and as a result, she can't hit very high notes. And as a result, her vocals aren't that good. 2, most of her songs are about the same subjects. It's all about breaking up. I don't even have to read that. I know it's all about breaking up and all, but it works. It works. You can't blame her. Like, I mean, come on, dude. So many songs are about love, breaking up, heartbreak, whatever. You know, and that's mostly the minor key too. So how can you blame her? She's been irrelevant unless she's won 11 Grammys, right? She's won 11 Grammys. I think it said it right there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, has won 11 Grammys. Okay? Something seems to be working, and I don't blame her, dude. I really don't. So, you know, if you want to hit on her, that's cool. But, I mean, hitting 2 octaves, you know, but it's fine that she's within those vocal ranges because it just works for her, man. She doesn't strain her voice, which is nice. So she doesn't have to worry about that, you know, for her throat health. So, hey, kudos to Taylor Swift, man. She's being relevant, so you can't blame her. And, like, her, you know, being in the same type of, like, it's not even the same song subjects, but how her, her vocal range is, how her music is, in pop. It is predictable, but, I mean, that makes people sing along, you know, so kudos to that. All right, guys, so number 4 was Taylor Swift, and at number 5, we're going to end it right here for this segment. Number 5 is going to be Linkin Park. All right. So, guys, a little background. Linkin Park is an American rock band formed at Agoura Hills, California in 1996. The members currently include Mike Shinoda, vocals, keyboards, and rhythm guitar, Brad Delson, guitar, Dave Phoenix Farrell, which is bass, Joel Hahn, which is the DJ, and Rob Burden, which is the drums. So, guys, anonymous comment says right here, they are good, but brought nothing new to music. Wow. Rap and rock? Run DMC did the first mega rap rock hit with Walk This Way, which fused both genres perfectly. Rap and metal? Again, no. Bands like Korn were doing rap metal a few years before them, yet their fans give them all the credits for it. They do have some good music, but nothing classic. Their fans overrate them too much. See, they're no, man. Like they innovated. They did it in their own way. So the rap and metal thing. I mean, rap and metal. There's rap and like hard rock, rap and metal that goes on when I listen to some Spotify playlists at the gym, you know, and it goes hard, man. I get a great workout, and with them, they have their own sound, and people still listen to them, you know. So, this is kind of far fetched, but you know, that's what people think of Linkin Park. So yeah, guys, those were not top 10, but there was a top 5 of some of the artists, of just a generalized idea of overrated artists. So if you have some free time, go ahead and listen to Linkin Park, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Led Zeppelin, and the Beatles. All right, grab a drink, maybe sit outside on your patio, listen to them, because we're gonna go ahead and go into a little commercial break. I know. I'll be back. Don't worry. Like I said, just go listen to them in the patio, and I'll be back. But please, be inside, because we're going to go into a little nitty-gritty, because in the next segment, we're going to talk about the overrated rap artists of this time. You know, there's plenty of them. There's a lot of rap, but we're going to get to that. All right, guys, we'll see you after this commercial break.
Always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Hey, how you doing? It's your boy Alex. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. And now we're together. That's what matters. Did you go ahead and listen to those general artists that we talked about in the last segment, like Beyonce and Linkin Park? Because if you did, you might have noticed some overrated characteristics, or you may have not. But either way, they're still good. Not even just good, just great artists. Okay? Now, those are those people's, all those anonymous comments, their opinions. So remember, stick out to the end because I'm going to give my personal overrated artists, okay? And you may be a little controversial with me, but it's okay because it's a healthy debate, a healthy conversation, and we're here to learn, we're here to have fun, and we're here to listen to some awesome music and to talk about some awesome music, right? Am I right? All right. So, into this segment, guys, we are going to go a little bit more specific in the nitty-gritty, and we are going to talk about the top overrated hip-hop artists, okay? All right, so there's a lot of them. There can be a lot. There's so many rappers, not even just like, you know, mainstream rappers or like SoundCloud rappers, but there's some pretty good ones. And SoundCloud rappers are, I believe, are underrated, but this segment we're going to talk about the overrated ones. So on this trusted source, guys, we have here is therichest.com, and right here, number one is Young Thug. Really? Young Thug. All right, so what they stated about him is the irony of the fact that one of the most controversial rap artists of our age also happens to have one of the most generic stage names in hip-hop history is a metaphor for the state of hip-hop. Moreover, his persona very much follows suit. Not to totally take the side of the hip-hop sticklers, however, rappers such as Young Thug fully embody the problem with the latest generation of rap stars. A bizarro Tupac of sorts, rather than really being about that thug life. Thugger remains a rebel without a clue. A supposed gangster who wears dresses and leggings, has been caught on video degrading black women and ignores political causes affecting his community. Young Thug is essentially the antithesis of what artists such as Tupac stood for. Sure, other artists have made their marks with the use of gender-bending antics like Prince, Boy George, and many others. However, in Mr. Thug's case, this seems to be for the sake of controversy and album sales rather than an attempt to use his platform to make a statement. Ooh, yikes. Dang. In a face of an onslaught of new age rappers asserting that Tupac is the most overrated rap artist of all time, I find it more than fitting to top this list with a rapper whose lyrics are literally too muddled to utter. Young Thug. Ooh, yeah, see, I'm going to have to give it to them right at that last statement because Young Thug, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes he muddles, you know, like the mumble rappers, you know, when Eminem called out all those mumble rappers. I think it was like the Airplane album. I forgot what album, like the title of that was. But anyways, yeah, Young Thug. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's just, you do mumble sometimes, you know, but I still listen to your music. All right. I think one of my favorite songs by him has to be The London with J. Cole. Oh, and who else? Someone else features on it, but I love The London. God, sorry saying that 5 times. So guys, that was Young Thug for number 1. Number 2 is 21 Savage. Remember, it's a knife on his forehead. It's a knife. If you don't know what that meme is, you gotta look it up. All right, so what says here, once again, where do we begin? Oh my God. We got to start off like that. A dude with a cross-shaped knife tattooed on his forehead who appears by no means religious. 21 Savage seems to have chosen the right alias for himself. Moreover, can we please just stop and acknowledge the fact that some kid basically stole his name, 22 Savage, and is arguably has more respect on his name than the original Savage does. On top of that, the music is turned, but one-dimensional. Moreover, given the nature and genre, trap rap, that he chose, his voice itself is oddly monotone. It really is. Nevertheless, he does make a decent set of dance tracks in the vein of Gucci Mane, so it makes sense that he got his big break by making club hits in Atlanta. One of the few rappers who appears to be telling the truth in his lyrics. It's hard to imagine that 21 Savage isn't at least 50% of the savage he is portrayed to be. Paperboy would be pleased. Man, they are just shooting their shots on this man. Oh my God. I mean, if you really think about it, like 21 Savage is kind of a meme at times. You know, when that meme came out, when it's a knife. So, and when they said like his voice itself is utterly monotone, it really is. Like, but a lot of rappers, they have a certain recipe, like drip on their music, like J. Cole. Okay, but J. Cole can really sing though, you know, so he's very poetic with it. But 21 Savage, he is monotone a lot, you know. If you listen to like 5 of his songs or 3, not even that, just like 3 of them, you can tell like, all right, well, he's saying not the same thing, but he's just his tone, his vocal range, is the same thing over and over again. So I don't blame them that they tell it like that. I did not know there was a 22 Savage guy that has more respect on his. I love how they said that. They're just shoveling, you know, dirt to make a grave for this man's career. Like, Jesus. So yeah, guys, that was 21 Savage for number 2. Number 3, Number 3 is Macklemore. Okay. If you're one of the millions of fans of the song Thrift Shop, chances are when you saw Macklemore's name on the list, your response was, what? Nevertheless, it's only been a couple years since he notoriously robbed Kendrick Lamar the Grammys, and already Macklemore has some Mackle-less. He was a huge deal just a couple of years ago, secured a gang of nominations, awards, and accolades, and in the end, did he deliver? I have to say no. Let's start with the fact that he is yet another example of an artist who relied too heavily on gimmick. That whole thrift shop idea was both profound and catchy. We've all heard it a million times, but it's pretty much all he's come to be known for. Not to mention, it certainly didn't include any memorable phrases or wordplay, rather a series of references shouting out thrifters and those who enjoy both fashion and a good bargain. Sure, there are much worse fates than being a one-hit wonder. However, I am of the opinion that the single may have never been released had they known it would eclipse his entire career. Indeed, if you have heard some of his other less mainstream music, it is hard to imagine that Macklemore is the kind of artist that would be comfortable with his legacy being summed up as a thrifty dude that robbed Kendrick Lamar. Either way, ironically, the one thing missing from this thrifty rap brand is a bit of novelty. I'm unfamiliar with him robbing Kendrick Lamar at the Grammys. I don't know if they're particularly saying at the Grammys that they say that that the Grammys should have been awarded to Kendrick Lamar instead of Macklemore in that scenario. So I'm unsure about that, but he is kind of a one-hit wonder. But you can't hate on him because he's a one-hit wonder. I mean, Thrift Shop, yeah, it's a great song. It's catchy. It's relevant. I mean, come on. Like, you know how many times my girlfriend and I go to Goodwill? You know, we just find some awesome stuff. I mean, she found a pair of Lululemons the other day. I could have been playing, you know, have my AirPods in and playing Thrift Shop the whole time, and I would have been in a great mood. But, I mean, Macklemore is there's nothing wrong with being a one hit wonder. Like Mike Posner, he's technically a one hit wonder. So, and everyone loves him as a human. So I don't know Macklemore personally, but it doesn't matter if he's one hit wonder or not. He's still bacon. So let him be. All right, let him be. Hopefully he's doing great. Hopefully. So, guys, that was Macklemore for number 3. Number 4 is Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty. All right, so another new age gem. Lil Yachty is certainly a rapper who has made a major splash on the music scene as of late. Although his light, upbeat, poppy tracks are a refreshing change from the status quo, there are quite a few things about this rapper that don't quite sit well. It's not his bright red permed hair, nor is it the lack of depth to his music and lyrics. However, one of the top issues being the fact that he fixed his mouth to say the late, great Biggie Smalls was overrated. Granted, there is clearly a generation gap that makes it difficult for youngsters to gauge the true skill level of the MCs of yore. However, for an artist who has not nearly paid his dues to be so blatantly disrespectful to an entire generation of music lovers is unfathomable, especially in the case when you have not even proven yourself as a viable member of the genre. You don't see Carrie Underwood dissing old Dolly Parton tracks. That must be some serious broccoli he's choking on. Oh, broccoli. So with Lil Yachty, he's not the only one that says Biggie Smalls is overrated. There's plenty of others. I don't know if he was being... I don't know about these videos or whatnot of him being super disrespectful about, the genre and stuff. Not even genre, just about Biggie Smalls. There's a lot of artists that think Tupac is overrated, So, it's just... It's okay. It's okay to think that Biggie Smalls is overrated, so you can't really hail the man. He's made a lot of great... one song that y'all need to listen to by Lil Yachty, my friend Ethan, he referenced it to me, and it was, not referenced it, but he recommended it to me, was TD. And it's like Lil Yachty, I think Nicki Minaj is in it, I think like three rappers. It's a long song, but TD, it stands for Tokyo Drift. So they made a little it's a different bell sound, but it has like the same doo 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 doo, and I'm like, oh snap, let's go. So, hey, Lil Yachty, he's got it, man. He's got a rhythm, he's got a voice, he's got some sound. So if he wants to think Biggie Smalls is overrated, let him be, man. It's just 2021, all right? Everyone's got their own opinions. All right, guys, so that was Lil Yachty for number 4. Number 5 is Fetty Wap. Okay, Fetty Wap. So, where do we begin? Okay, for what it's worth, Fetty Wap has made an impressive name for himself in a short period of time. In fact, he has set a Billboard record by being the first artist to have his first 4 singles simultaneously in the top 100. So clearly, Mr. Wap's accomplishments are nothing to sneeze at. However, can we please discuss the general quality of this quote-unquote rap music? First of all, he is certainly more of a singer than a rapper, as his music includes much more melody than rhythm. Lyrically, let's just say, they're less than amazing. This is extremely problematic given that Fetty is not the most talented vocalist without the autotune. Therefore, we have a rapper who doesn't rap, and I can't even sing without the help of technology. Come on, autotune exists for a reason. On the one hand, it's impressive that he made it to where he is today. On the other hand, this is a very dismal example of what it means to be a rap artist in this day and age. He does. He's a rapper who doesn't rap, and when they say can't sing without the help of technology, bro, come on, it's autotune, man. Of course. Have you listened to Little Peep without autotune? Oh my god, dude. Of course they need autotune, man. And you think one person that doesn't really need autotune is Rod Wave. That guy's a rapper and a singer. That man's awesome. But anyways, yeah, Fetty Wap, man, he did have 4 singles simultaneously in the top 100. Like, first was Trap Queen, and then My Way, and oh man, and the 2 others I forgot. But yeah, he's actually given some really good advice too. Like, I remember he's was on the Spotify Best Advice little genre they have on their website, and I think it was on the Spotify for Artists website. And the best advice he ever had was from his financial advisor. And he said 70-30. Save 70, spend 30. Because at the time, his financial advisor was like, you're going to be here, and you're going to be here in the next 5 years. So Mr. Wap was like, I don't want that to happen. So, because he said he was buying he bought, was it 1.8 million jewelry, 10 houses, 31 cars. Now, granted, the 31 cars for all his friends, but 31 cars? Jeez. That man was making money. So, if he would have kept that up, he would have been bankrupt. That's why a lot of artists, and not even just that, even athletes, they don't have financial literacy. And when their career is technically over, they're not in the spotlight anymore, they're not getting tours and whatnot, they plummet. They lose their money. So that's number 5, guys, for Fetty Wap. And with that being said, listen to Fetty Wap and listen to Lil Yachty. Go to the first store, listen to Macklemore. All right, you got to find some new stuff. Listen to 21 Savage. Godfather of Harlem had one of his songs that was really good. I don't know the name of it, but listen, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music. And listen to Young Thug, man. The London, like I said, great song. Go ahead, go for a jog, go for a night walk or a morning walk, or whatever pleases your soul, because we're gonna go ahead and go into a little commercial break. I know. Don't shed me a tear, because I might shed a tear too. But please be ecstatic, because when you come back, we're gonna go into another specific genre. We're gonna go into the EDM world. Okay, EDM has been blasting everywhere. We could do a little. I'm gonna give it a little secret for y'all. It's gonna be EDM, but I won't tell you which genre, because there's so many, right? So go ahead and listen to those rap artists, guys, and I'll see you after this commercial break.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Hello, how are you doing? Did you miss me? Because I missed you, and I always miss you when you're not next to me. Did you go ahead and go on a little walk, or whatever you did to feed your soul? Did you listen to those rap artists like Macklemore, 21 Savage, and all them? Because they do have some great music out there, I'll tell you that. So yeah, guys, that's what we recapped on the last segment. And stick around to the end, guys, because we're going to be doing a little bit of my personal overrated artists. I might jive on some artists here and there. You might disagree with me, but hey, we're here to enjoy music, right? We're here to explore. We're here to have some fun. All right, so in this segment, guys, we're going to be talking about Overrated electronic artists. Now, EDM has been in the scene for a while now. I think it started really getting debut in like early 2010s, maybe late 2000s, but more early 2010s when like Swedish House Mafia came out. That's when like house music and house progressive was getting big. Like Martin Garrix and whatnot. Wow, speaking of Martin Garrix, I haven't heard of him in a long time. So, hey guys, we're going to jump right into these electronic artists. So, with the first artist, and we're going back to the top 10 source, all right? So, number 1 on the list is the one and only Skrillex, all right? So, a little bit background of Skrillex, guys. Skrillex is an American, born in 1988 in Los Angeles, California. EDM producer who is known for popularizing dubstep. He is part of the bands Jack U, DJ, and From First to Last, lead singer. His album Recess debuted at 4 on the BB200, tying him with Zedd for the highest debut for an EDM album on the BBP 200. So yeah, guys, a little bit of anonymous comments going on here. Says, I knew someone who'd been around Skrillex, he wasn't called that at the time, when he was a punk dweeb on the Warped Tour some years back. This friend stated that you did not want to have an original idea around him because he'd steal it. I buy that assessment, given that everything he does sounds like the same mesh rehashed, and most anything you hear out of him can be traced back to some earlier techno source. No talent plus money equals success. It shouldn't. Okay. I think he does have a lot of talent because he did popularize dubstep, man. He created the sound. He created dubstep. And another thing is, I remember when I personally was taking the deadmau5 masterclass, Skrillex, I think he said it in one of his assessments, but Skrillex actually came up to him with a flash drive, and I think he like snuck in the concert or whatever to meet deadmau5, and deadmau5, he was like, yeah, let's give him a shot. And on the flash drive, he had 2 albums on it. 2 albums. And deadmau5 was like, what in the world is this? Like, he was blown away by dubstep and what he was creating. And another thing too, man, like Skrillex, I mean, like real quick before I say this is another comment. It says Skrillex, he's good, but he's not great. Some of his songs are overproduced and just give me a headache, with all their wop 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 buzz around the place. That's dubstep, man. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. That's dubstep. Okay? And I will support Skrillex, man. You know why? Because when he apparently was a punk dweeb or whatever this comment said, he was grinding, man. Because you know why? Because he was in a warehouse and I think he slept in a warehouse too, but he was in a warehouse illegally, and he set up his little desk, and he only had one speaker, and guess what? The speaker was broken. The kick drum, you know how like it boom, like when you can hear when it comes out the speaker, broken. Couldn't even hear that. He was mixing and producing on a broken monitor, a broken speaker monitor, people. That's insane. That's awesome. You don't hear that a lot, I'm telling you. So, on this top 10 says, number 1, Skrillex is overrated. So, carrying on, number 2 is the Chainsmokers. All right. A little bit of background. The Chainsmokers are an American DJ and production duo consisting of Alex Paul and Andrew Taggart. The EDM pop duo achieved a breakthrough with their 2014 song #Selfie, which was a top 20 single in several countries. I was really thinking about Closer, but that Selfie was pretty good too. So yeah. Little comment here. It says, the latest songs resembles repetitive propaganda like pop music. Apart from #Selfie, most of the tracks have terrible drops that give you that what feeling, justified in a collaboration with B. Rexa in the 2017 song Closer, and cringy love songs that only appear to teenage girls with titles that don't even make sense. Example, Who Do You Love? TLDR, they are crappy EDM artists who went mainstream and became overrated. Okay. Listen. that it's not a terrible drop. Closer, it's not, okay? Because you know why? Because it was viral, dude. It was viral. Everyone was going crazy for it. If the people love it, the people love it, okay? And if it's cringy love songs that only appeal to teenage girls, who cares? If that's their audience, go right ahead. Everyone's gonna have an audience, so don't hate on the teenage girls that just want to, jump on their beds or hang out with their sorority sisters or whatever just to listen to Closer. Leave them alone, okay? Chainsmokers is awesome. Another comment says, they used to be one of my favorite artists. After writing Don't Let Me Down, one of their best songs, they started writing mainstream garbage pop music. See, their EDM music is... They have pop related stuff in their EDM music, but it works for them. They collaborate with that. They mesh both the pop realm and the EDM realm. If it works, it works. And gladly, thankfully, it did work. So, oh my God. This guy says, for the record, Selfie is the worst song on the earth. Man, people, oh man, they'll strike you down, I swear. So guys, that was number 2 for Chainsmokers. Moving on, we got number 3, Knife Party. All right. A little bit of background on Knife Party. Knife Party are an Australian electronic music duo comprising of Rob Swire and Gareth McGrillen, 2 members of the drum and bass band Pendulum. Little comments here. Comment says, are you serious? Knife Party is pretty awesome. Their songs are pretty cool. What I think that most people don't like about them is that some of their songs are really not that appropriate. Like Internet Friends. Internet Friends is pretty awesome. It's that was one of the first EDM songs I listened to was Internet Friends. It's a pretty good song. Okay, listen to it, guys. It's pretty cool. So I guess it is okay, but it is all like, you blocked me on Facebook and now you're gonna die. It kind of freaked me out, and now don't block people. And now don't block people on Facebook. So and that's a little bit too far. Okay, they're lyrics, dude. They're just lyrics. Okay. Another guy says, another comment. They actually took dubstep and made it cool. I don't think they are as good as Pendulum, but they still are pretty awesome in my eyes. So there's some pretty good feedback on them guys. If it says they're overrated, it says they're overrated. I, for one, don't really agree to a lot of the overrated statements that people make about them. And I mean, Internet Friends is awesome. Come on, can't get me wrong right there. So check out some Knife Party, guys. It's as an overrated artist, they had a time, yes, but now I mean, I don't believe they're that relevant as of now. They might have done some collaborations with Excision, so that's really cool. But anyways, guys, go ahead and listen to Knife Party. If you love dubstep and you like EDM, you'll love them. Okay, Internet Friends, listen to that one. So that's number 3 for Knife Party, guys. Number 4 is the one and only, man. Rest in peace, Avicii. Tim Bergley, a little bit about him, guys. His real name is Tim Bergley. September 8th, 1989 through April 20th, 2018. Better known by his stage name, Avicii, was a Swedish electronic musician, DJ, remixer, and record producer. He is best regarded for his work in electronic music during the 2010s, in which his works have charted among the top 40 radio. Wow. So a little bit of comments, guys. You have to be kidding. Avicii, number 2, tracks like Levels, Seek Bromance, I Could Be the One, and Wake Me Up are all amazing. After he released True, he did start to go downhill with track like Waiting for Love, but no way is he number 2 worst. Another comment says, most of his songs are good, but sometimes he did not give credit to the singers of the song like Lay Me Down and Addicted to You. He thinks that the songs are good only because of him, not by singers. That I really don't like. Hey, he's his own man, you know. Another comment. He makes others sound like they sing acoustic music. Have you heard Hey Brother? The singer sucks. Wow. I don't even know if that was towards Avicii. Maybe that was towards the singer, but heck. Oh man, have y'all seen his documentary? Oh my god. It's insane because, you know, of the success he was striving for, he, in people's eyes, achieved that success. Going on tours, flying everywhere, traveling, yada, 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 right? And the documentary, it's a different story. Like, he hated touring. He, oh my God, it was like torment to him. He wanted to get out of his contract so bad. It was just messing with him at a mental health level, man. And it's, I don't blame him, because touring for that long and going everywhere and not really, being alone can mess with your mental health. Everyone needs some isolation once in a while. Me time. Me time is important. So I don't blame him for not liking all the tours and whatnot. He wanted to do his own things, and he really couldn't do it for a long time after he achieved success. But man, him as a producer, he was amazing, man. He was amazing. He was a Renaissance composer, man. Like, it was just wonderful how he could listen to a track, right? Or he was doing a track, maybe he was putting down the chorus, he was putting down the melody, right? And he was like, no, we need a guitar. Okay, I need this type of singer. Okay, no, I need this. That's what a composer is, man. Grabbing people left from right, knowing how to compose and arrange and produce a track from scratch. And he just grabbed people one at a time, just knowing how the song would come out, having the inspiration, the belief in his craft, and just he will not take no as an answer, and people really support that about him. So, as rest in peace, Avicii. Please go check out his documentary, guys, if you haven't. It is a lovely one. You will be inspired by it. I'm telling you, you will be inspired. So, number 4 on this list, it says Avicii. All right, so moving on is number 5, Blood on the Dance Floor. Now, I will admit, I have never heard of this duo. Blood on the Dance Floor was an American scene duo currently consisting of Davi Vanity and Fallon Vendetta that formed in 2006. Former members include Javon Monroe, 2009 to 2016, and Garrett Ecstasy, 2009. All right, so a little bit of comments of them guys. They aren't even EDM. They just use some electronica beats, have some cringy rapping that could rival Nicki Minaj, the worst music artist ever. Okay, that's a little bit too far. Don't mess with Nicki Minaj, because she will cut you. She will. And have some screamo vocals here and there. So they are just some crunk core group that's seen Just some crunk core group that's seen and emo kids liked, but everyone else hates, and not all scene or emo kids like them. These guys have only one good song, but some of their other songs are just awful. How Skrillex, Chainsmokers, and Knife Party are above these guys is beyond me. Man. Another comment, they're terrible. Sure, though they don't make me want puke or die. They make me wish they had better taste in music. I wouldn't mind seeing the guy that gets handsy with... Oh my God, no. Not reading that. Another one says, I hate this group so much. They make me want to puke. I lost a lot of sleeps because of their music. I hate them so much. Is their music really that bad, guys? Another one, I'd rather listen to Skrillex all day long than this trash. When I first heard them, I wanted to... Not reading that. Jesus. Oh my God. Are they really that terrible? Man, I'm okay. After this, I'm gonna go listen to Blood on the Dance Floor. All right, I'm gonna listen to their number 1 hit and see. I mean, judging by the picture I see right here, they are pretty like emo goth, but they make screamo, but that's just judgment at first glance. So can't judge a book by its cover. Really, like they can't be that terrible. How can y'all say that? I mean, with Avicii being number 4, that's pretty that's pretty cringy to have them on over. But anyways, Blood on the Dance Floor, guys. If you haven't listened to them, give them I've never heard of them, so give them a listen. Why not? See what they got up their sleeves, and Mazel tov. If you can listen. If I feel like with their music, I feel like you can listen to their music in the gym. I feel like if you're lifting some heavy weight, like doing deadlifts or squatting or something like that, oh, it's game on, man. So go ahead and check them out, guys, and check out everyone else, man. Like Avicii, please check out Avicii. I love Avicii, man. Knife Party as well, the Chainsmokers, and Skrillex. I wonder what Skrillex has been up to. He hasn't been in the scene, or maybe he's still making music, and I haven't listened to it. Oh well, but yeah, guys, that will be it for this segment. So that means we're gonna go into a little commercial break. But please, don't be alarmed. Remember, the last segment is coming up. So be prepared because we might have a little bit of debate here. Remember, I'm going to give my personal overrated artists. And they may be underrated for you, but hey, is it your time to talk? No, it's your time to listen. So you better sit. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to be aggressive. I love you, okay? So go ahead and listen to those EDM artists that we listed. Go to the gym, get a lift in, get some help, get some just juice or pre-workout or whatever, and get your game on. All right? Let's go! Get your game on. And I'll see you guys right after this commercial break.
Watching TV has changed over time. Streaming has become the new norm. That's why Golden State Media Concepts television podcast dives headfirst to the world of cord cutting. Want to be on the loop of what's hot in Netflix? Or if it's not a preference, what about original shows in Hulu? We've got you covered. Join us as we fill in the blanks and talk about movies to stream and what show you should be binging. This is the Golden State Media Concepts television podcast.
Yo, how are you doing? Did you miss me? Because you know what? I know you already know, but I missed you too. Did you hit a new PR at the gym? Like I told you, when in the last segment, how we were talking about all these awesome, overrated EDM artists, like the blood on the dance floor. Maybe you could, try listen to one of the songs. Maybe you can hit a new PR or something like that. You never know. So anyways, guys, it has come to this segment. Finally, once and for all, we are going to go towards what I believe are my personal overrated artists. Now, if you have something to say about this, feel free to say anything you like. We're all entitled to our own opinions. Let's just have a healthy and nice conversation, That's all I'm asking for. So, all right, the first one, and this doesn't, is not in any particular order or any particular genre. These are just artists that I believe that are in the headlines a lot, and are just. Don't get me wrong, they're good. I listen to their music once in a while, but they're just overrated at this point. So, the first guy I have, guys, is Khalid. Khalid is. He is everywhere, man. He is collabing with everyone. And, don't get me wrong. He has a beautiful voice. But there's just too much of him, bro. Like, you know how they say absence is key? Man, Khalid, have some absence. Like, I hear you on, first he popped off on Location, right? Beautiful song. I love that song. I think my favorite song by Khalid is he's actually a feature on the Funk Wave Volume 1 album of Calvin Harris, which is the song Rollin', featuring Khalid and Future. Beautiful song. Oh, love the vocals. I love the ad-libs. It makes me want to go to the beach so bad. Anyways, with Khalid, his debut was notorious because he was one of the SoundCloud rappers to be like, yeah, I finally did it. I finally made it. I've made it out of the SoundCloud realm or the SoundCloud title. I'm an actual artist now. I'm a mainstream artist, and that's great. I'm happy for him. But man, chill out, bro. You are everywhere. And I mean, if people are going to vibe to you, then, you know, mazel tov to them, you know, because you make great music, Khalid. You really do. Oh man, I might be Khalid. I'm not Khalid out yet, but there will be a time where I'm going to be like, okay, I need to take a step back. I need to find some other R&B artists or I don't even know. He's like pop R&B. I think that's his realm. Really what he is. So if you love Khalid, guys, please keep listening to him. You know, I got no hate towards him. Just personally, I feel like I've listened to him a lot. He's been in the headlines a lot. So I think I might take a break from him. The next one, guys. The next one is quite controversial. She is really blowing up the scene right now. I mean, viral after viral after viral song. It's the one and only Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, man. I'm listening to some of her songs. She can rap. She can rap. But personally, I think that Megan Thee Stallion promotes a negative spin on woman empowerment. You know, it's through her lyrics and you know, her music. It makes, I don't know. Personally, I like, you know, women with class. You know, and I feel like with her, like the way she promotes it is like, it's kind of trashy a little. Like, you know, it's for the club scene and whatnot. You know, all you girls out there, you know, get your freak on when you listen to Megan Thee Stallion. Don't get me wrong, but it's I don't know. It just I hear a negative outburst or a negative result coming from Megan Thee Stallion's music. If I can put it more in an example, it would be so that the message that Megan Thee Stallion produces and outputs from her music is be your own woman. You don't listen to no man. You don't take nothing. You know, just, you know, don't get me wrong. Like, that stuff is great. Like, hey, be independent. Let's go. You don't got to take nothing from anyone. All right. But it's getting to a point where it's going too far, where I believe, where not all, but some, and I don't have an estimated number or whatnot, but some women are disrespecting other women or disrespecting men. And it's very ego related, the music. You know, it really gets you hyped up, which, you know, hey, get hyped up, you know. There ain't no wrong with that. But when it comes to the point where it's you know, ego building and superiority comes, making people feel inferior, and just, I don't even think, like, some of the stuff she says in lyrics is like, it's nice to think you're all hot stuff, you know, and yes, if you believe that, then I empower that, yes. But hot stuff in a way where it just makes you look trashy. It makes you look like people won't give you the sense of respect because of how you promote yourself or how you are seen in the public, almost like a sex object, and that's it. Just knowing that you're hot stuff and no more. That's where it starts to become a problem, because that's where, you know, ego can dive in, and, you know, it's and people judgment on people are always going to judge, but it's just, I don't know. Megan Thee Stallion's music is no comment. I don't know. I want to comment because, I mean, I've been commenting. It's just not my particular taste. I mean, foremost, I mean, I am a man. Most men don't listen to her music, so that's probably why. So I guess it would be a little out of my range to even say how a woman acts and whatnot, obviously, because I'm not a woman. But at the same time, some of the music it's just, you know, it's not, like I said, classy, and it's you know, trust me, if you listen to WAP or any of that, it's just like, man, this is a lot, you know? Hey, be all hot stuff, but Jesus, take it down a notch, you know? So that's where I think of, Megan Thee Stallion. The next one, I believe, it would probably have to be... See, I'm a big fan of his, though. I am. I guess I'm not saying it from... okay, I was going to say Drake, but I don't believe he's overrated. I believe he's properly rated. I don't believe he's... he's obviously he's always making amazing music. I mean, come on. You can't stop that man. All of the haters, you can't stop him. Okay? He's on fire. So, with him, he's properly rated. I don't believe he's too overrated. I would say... Now, if we're speaking from music that I usually listen to and whatnot, I listen to really everything, but primarily, like, I rap or R&B. I listen to EDM once in a while, but, it's... Oh, DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled is overrated. Okay. I just pulled up my playlist and I saw him and I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty tired of him. It's really not even him. It's not really his music. It's really him. He has beautiful vibes, man. Don't get me wrong. He's always excited. He's always enthusiastic. But, man, that man is just in your face. Come on, another one. It's like, all right, DJ Khaled, like, hey, just go to the Bahamas or something like that. Just chill out for a second, all right? Yeah. I don't know. Just, he's a lovely guy. He's got great music, don't make me wrong. Like, come on, the song he made with Drake, Grease, like, that's awesome. All right. But personally, I think DJ Khaled is a little overrated. Now, Travis Scott, on the other hand, I think he's overrated. And when I say, these certain artists are overrated, doesn't mean I don't like them in any particular way, or even go as far as to hate them, because hate is a very strong emotion word. I just, it's don't. Not that I don't. I see the potential in their music career, and they stay relevant and all that. Just like we're talking about Travis Scott here, but he is. It's almost like when an artist starts to develop his sound, right? And they have developed their sound. Like Travis Scott, man. Everyone can tell when Travis Scott's coming on. He has a huge auto-tune. It's his own auto-tune, which is cool. But it's becoming repetitive. It's lit. All right. Everyone knows. But it works for him, and that's great. Everyone loves it. So, in his mainstream career, hey, he makes it. He makes it hype up for everyone. He makes it chill for everyone. I like how it's like not a specific emotion that he portrays for people, but he portrays a lot of emotions. Like you can be in a chill car, on the road, like a night drive, or you can be at a club, like sicko mode. You can listen to that if you're getting crazy with your boys or whatnot, but you can also listen to like highest in the room if you want to chill out. So that's really nice that he's able to kind of, to be different and not being secluded into one certain emotion to give people. So there's Travis Scott. Another one would probably, I want to say Juice WRLD, and I feel so bad to say that, but see, my opinion on this is really is wishy-washy with Juice WRLD, because rest in peace, Juice WRLD, first of all. But I didn't really listen to a lot of his music. I did respect his music. Like, his music really had that nice kind of soft rock, like, rap vibe. But it was a lot of, like, crybaby stuff, and that's not me, accordingly. I don't know. Like, it's just his music, his taste, his style, just I really didn't really vibe with, and that's okay. I mean, that's me, and if you don't like it, then go home. That's what I'm saying. So, no, don't go home, please. I want you to be right here. So, another one I would say, Okay, to throw in a little underrated, real quick. Famous Dex. Famous Dex is super underrated. Okay, just saying. And Eminem. Please listen to them. But I would say another overrated artist would probably be, I guess Post Malone, man. Post Malone. Yeah. He's awesome, but ever since I like his Beer Bongs and Bentley's album. All right, that song was awesome. Probably my favorite song by him would be it's gonna be hard. It's either his song that got him like famous, or got him in the spotlight, which was White Inversion. Either that one. If we're talking about like a current one, man, I would say Spoil My Night. I love that song with Soiree. Ooh. That's a good song, I tell you what. So, but Post Malone, man, he's everywhere too. I mean, I don't really see him a lot in the headlines now, laying low or whatnot. I don't know. It's just every Post Malone song was so good. Like you can't. I didn't really like Psycho. It was a little different style of his. And he did okay on it, but I wasn't a big fan of that one. So Post Malone, I think is a little overrated. Oh, you want to talk about overrated? Oh, jeez. Da Baby. All right. Like, I don't know if y'all seen that meme, guys, but it's by this YouTuber called Meat Canyon. I know, right? Weird name. But he's a really... It's got some crazy sketches, crazy animations. But there's like the latest meme where he makes fun of Da Baby, and he's... and like... Oh my god, it's so weird. Like they become alien creatures, or what? Like all the babies are like alien creatures, and then like they turn everyone else into the babies and whatnot. And it's really funny. Like you should watch a reaction video of someone watching it. They're really funny. But he's always saying like let's go. He's always saying that, man. And you know what? That's his vibe, man. That's his catchphrase, and you always know if he's on. All right, so give it up for him. Okay, he's come a long way. He has been grinding all his life, like Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. But the baby, man, he's something else. Like it's because of his voice. Like he really is something different, and his poetry is so good. He raps so well. Like my favorite rapper, I guess you would say at the moment, is Logic. I love Logic. But for my last overrated artist, I would say, it would have to be, yikes. It would probably have to be The Weeknd. Yeah. The Weeknd is just, he is, okay, there's a video, right guys, I think his name is Andrew Huang. Yes, I believe so. Look him up, guys. And it's a video called Supertonic, right? And there's this one note called the Supertonic. It's on the C major scale, and it's the D note. The D note is the Supertonic. And he goes over The Weeknd. It's a Supertonic because it's in pop music. It's super vibrant. You can't go wrong with that note, and the harmonies in the D note just work so well with all the other notes. So The Weeknd, he showed that The Weeknd, like he played like 4, 5, 6 of his songs, and 6 of his songs he plays all the time in the Supertonic scale. Why? Because so many people vibe with it. That's why. He's figured out a formula. And you know what? In pop music, people want to get up and dance and whatnot. So why not use the Supertonic scale and have the advantage? So he always sings in that note range. His melodies are most of the time the D note all the time. That doesn't make any sense most of the time, all the time. You get what I mean. But he's found a way and it works and people love him, but he is just everywhere. And The Weeknd sold his soul. Anyway, guys, that is gonna be my overrated artist of my choosing. I hope you guys, didn't get mad. I know. I'm sorry if I said some things that
you love that artist and whatnot. But hey, I didn't really disrespect any of them. You know, I don't hate any of them. I believe they made it far in their music career, and they've done so well for themselves. So I can't hate on them. You know, there's so many artists in the world that are all just trying to make it, you know. And you know what? These artists have something to say. You know, these overrated artists, you can call them all you want, but hey, they're still making that money, and they're still making some good music. So with that being said, guys, thank you for listening to the GSMC Music Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I would like to ask that you please remember to subscribe to the show and write a nice review. That really helps us. Also, if you can please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful night, and have a wonderful life. I'll see you in the next episode.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.